Shalom brothers, this is Karma Kaposh and Jim in London. So I'm going to start by saying all praise to Jehovah Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the elders of GMS, and honors out there to the brethren on the highways and byways, teaching the truth in sincerity. Okay, this is a continuation of my last video, which was on the Sabbath day. Okay, I mentioned about the different calendars that have been used throughout the ages, okay, up until the present time. Okay, so we're just going to go quickly into a few of them, and bring out a couple of scriptures to go along with it. Okay. The Lord taught us to know the months by according to the moon, right? By watching the moon. Okay, which it states in Genesis chapter 1. Okay, verse 14, it says, "And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also." Okay, so the lesser light is the moon, right? Okay, which we brought out in my last video. Okay, so we tell what the new month is according to the new moon. The scripture in Ezra tells you that the month is named after the moon. Okay, so that's how we tell the beginning of the month, and that's how we tell, the seventh day is. So the seventh day of the month, and subsequently the seventh day from that day, and multiples of 7 basically. Okay, which is the Sabbath day, and that's where we get all our feast dates from. Okay, so we know when to celebrate Passover, the Feast of First Fruits, blowing of trumpets and so on. Okay, we all tell that from watching the sky, watching for the moon. Okay, and when the month comes in. Okay, but throughout history, you see all the nations that were on the planet that had their own calendars. Okay, and they ruled according to the calendars that they had. Okay, and you'll see that none of them, even though partly used, none of them really used a complete lunar calendar. Okay, as we see here. Okay, this is lunar calendar for 2013. Okay, and you see here the new moon. Okay, this is January because we're not in January anymore, but you can see quite obviously that these dates that the new moon falls upon are going to be different days. Okay, it's not going to be the same day every month. Okay, every new moon, it's not going to be the same day. So, for someone to say that the Sabbath is on a Saturday or a Friday or a Sunday, every week, it's foolishness, man. They're basing their knowledge of a calendar that the Most High never set up. Okay, so we're not meant to be, following that calendar or using that calendar to assign feast days and things like that. Okay, that's not what the Most High set us up to watch for. Okay.
Can I chime in on that point, Art?
Yep.
Because this Barakah Kwam. Basically, what does the word calendar mean? Get back to the meaning of words. The word calendar means the way in which a year is divided. Okay, so what we're basically trying to show you is the way in which the biblical, which is the only way, okay, right. Because the Bible way is the truth, right? Okay, the only way that the Most High made a year to be divided is based upon the moon, not the sun, because the sun serves a different process. The sun shows you when the end of a day is, or vice versa, when the end of a day and the beginning of the day is defined by the sun. Because when the sun goes down in the eve, then you know that it's a new day. Okay, the moon gives light at night, but it also helps you to determine your feast days, which the brother's going to get down the scriptures. But just to back the brother up on one point, can you give me one scripture? Yep. Give me Exodus, the 16th chapter, and straight here from the first verse. Get the Strongs up. You got the Strongs in it as well with that. Because I'm gonna show you something, like just backing up what the brother's saying about the moon. That's how the months are divided,
Mhm.
right? If you read it, it says, and they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the sons of Israel came into the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, and on the 15th day, okay, so the sun had went down 15 times. Give it, to get the understanding, you get your days from the sun. On the 15th day of the second month, so they're identifying that this is the second month of the year. Again, we didn't attribute names to months. It was first, second, third, fourth, down the line.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, until you got round to the first one again, which is what, the spring equinox.
Yep.
Is it the spring
We,
equinox?
we already named our months, innit?
Yeah. Huh?
We already named our months, innit?
Well, we didn't. That was the Babylonians.
What, Abib and Nissan?
Yep, that's from the Babylonians. The names of when Israel went into captivity underneath the Babylonians had the months' names. So when we came out of captivity, which is why when you see in the certain books, latter books, because notice here it says in the second month, it didn't give a name for the month, because originally our people never had names for months, neither did we have names for days. But the Babylonians.
Well, I was going to say, in the Exodus it does mention the month Abib.
Yeah, but that
Okay.
doesn't. We didn't have that. That's from the Babylonians. We don't have name for months. We have the first month, second month, third month. That was a Babylonian thing. Okay, because again, you go back to Exodus. That's why it says the second month. They didn't give it name. But when you look up that word month, it says the second month after they're departing out of the land of Egypt, right? Which that was they basically departed out of Egypt in the spring, the first year around the Passover.
Yep.
That was all spiritual, showing you the Most High sets everything up according to a certain timing anyway. But if you look at that word month, the word there should be chadash.
Yep.
Which means what?
So it's here the new moon, by implication a month.
There you,
Monthly new moon.
there you go. So what were they using to divide up the year? What was their calendar based upon? The new moons. That's plain and simple in the scriptures. This shouldn't even really be no argument after that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the word there for month actually means new moon. The two words are synonymous. Okay?
That's right.
That's the only point I wanted
And
to
that's
make.
where we measure our weeks from. That's why we get the seventh day. That is the week for us. 7 days is a week.
That's it.
But it's 7 days. On the seventh day is the Sabbath, and then the next 7 days from that Sabbath is the next Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's how we judge.
Yeah, it's not no ongoing thing from the first day the Lord created the earth, man. That's the madness.
Because even when the next new moon comes, it's not an exact 28 days necessarily.
Mm.
It might be 29 days.
Yep. So
Lord
we'll give you a little bit extra.
So, but that new moon will be a Sabbath regardless.
That's it.
So yeah. But like I was saying, these calendars that have been used throughout time, and even the one current that we're using today, which is the Gregorian calendar, they're all heathenistic calendars, man. Okay, it has nothing to do with the scriptures whatsoever. So really, we shouldn't even be dealing with them. Okay. Let me quickly get a scripture and I'll quickly show you that. It's Sirach, chapter 46. No, sorry, 43. Verse 6. It says here, he made the moon also to serve in her season for declaration of times. Okay, so the moon is the natural thing that we're supposed to be using to know what the time is, basically. What day, what month.
You tell time. What's the tell? Tell is a decoration.
Yeah.
So you tell time by the moon.
It's the sign. It's the sign to show you what the times is, man. Okay, that's what it was set up for. Okay, that's how we're meant to be using it. Okay. It says to serve in her season for a declaration time and a sign unto the world. Okay, it gives us a sign for our feast days. Okay, also when the Most High is going to do something. It's all these things, man. Okay, it says the month is called after a name, which we just read. So the month is called after a name. That's where we get the word month from. Okay, it says increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. So you see where the moon, waxes and it wanes.
7.
Sorry?
If we miss.
No, I'm about to read it. Oh, did I?
Yeah, you missed.
Oh, it's like it. Let me read verse 7 then. For the moon is the sign of feasts, that we mentioned, a light that decreases in her perfection. Okay, like I was just about to go into, you see the moon and it waxes and it wanes. Okay, it goes in and comes out gradually, man. Okay, so it's something to actually watch, to know roughly how long it's going to be until the new moon shows up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a full moon is halfway through the month. You know, so you know we've got about 2 weeks left until the new moon comes up, but keep eye on it.
And that's why Israel had experts in that.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, the tribe of Issachar.
Yeah, there were schoolmen in that.
That's why the when you go into them tribes over there, what did they have? The Mayans and the Aztecs. They had calendars that even Esau uses.
Don't understand. Don't understand about it, man.
The calendars are so accurate. They're thinking, how the hell could they have been able to plot the constellations? And because the Issachar and that were experts, and the scripture says to tell Israel, like, basically what to do, so they'll know. Look, man, this is the Sabbath. They'll tell you.
Don't go out at this time, because the seas or something, they'll be rough.
They got almanac, the farmer's almanac and all that. So the main thing is the feast days, man.
Yep.
So everyone knows, okay, the feast days is in such and such a time.
That's right. But the white man now, he'll look at the Mayan calendar and say that's so complicated, because he can't understand these things, man. You know. But you know that's why they're children of God, man. Because they're on another level, man. You know. So yeah, this is the purpose of the moon and where we get our months from, man. And that's how we determine our calendar, okay? Which is the calendar we're supposed to be using. But like I said, right now the white man's dealing with his own calendar, same as every other nation that has ruled upon the earth has used their own calendar, okay? Let's go to this one. Okay, this is in Wikipedia. Okay, so this is history of calendars. Okay, really little excerpt here and there. Okay, it says the history of calendars spans several thousand years. In many early civilizations, calendar systems were developed. For example, in Sumer, the birthplace of the modern sexagesmal system, there were 12 months or 29 or 30 days apiece. Okay, roughly, what we have now. Much like there we go, modern Gregorian calendar. Mesoamerican, you pronounce that?
Mesoamerica.
Okay, Mesoamerican cultures also developed their own intricate calendars. Okay, the ancient Maya had 2 separate years: the 260-day sacred round and the 365-day vague year.
So they were going off into sun worship, man.
That's right.
That's Jake for you, man. It's like going off.
Yep. So classical Greek and Roman cultures also developed calendars. The ancient Athenians, for one, had a lunar solar calendar. Okay, so it was like a hybrid between sun worship and, well, not necessarily moon worship, but they told the time by looking at the sun and the moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were retarded.
Yeah. Which the calendar lasted 364 days with an intercalary month added every other year.
Madness.
So the Romans used 2 different year lengths. The older one had 304 days divided into 10 months. The newer 365 days into 12 months. Okay, which is what we have today. Okay, much like the modern calendar. They counted years from the founding of Rome based on their own, achievements, basically, man. Okay, or sometimes from the reign of the current consul. Okay, so their calendar revolves around themselves, man. Like they're God, man. Okay. So during the early Middle Ages, various local calendars were used in Europe. The presently common Anno Domini system was developed in the 8th century, but the system only became common several centuries later. Even then, rival systems remained in use. Distinct from the rest of Europe, the Scandinavian Vikings maintained their own calendar during this time, which was divided into 2 seasons, summer and winter. That's what it feels like here.
Well, I mean, if I can make a statement, man, that I'm just thinking about right now. You got these guys saying that they think the Sabbath is from Friday to Saturday. So you mean to tell me, with all these different cultures, all these different nations that ruled at any one time, the one thing that remained constant was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When it's a fact that some civilizations had 10-day weeks.
Yep. So Saturday and Sunday according to who, man?
This is
so for